mean, this year we didn't get winter. Did you guys have winter?
Oh man, we still have some snow. It hasn't
Wow.
it hasn't melted. We still have like I don't know, a few inches I guess of snow. I mean, like somewhere we have some piles of snow still left. But the winter was like really snowy and a lot of like very cold and very snowy. So how do you handle
We didn't get
huh?
we didn't get any.
You didn't get any. Sucks to be
Yeah.
you then. Sucks to be you.
Yep.
How old are you?
22.
22. I mean, it's just like really hard to guess the age. First of all, it's dark. Second of all, you are different from me, and for me, it's like very unusual to see people of your color. So that's why, like, you could be 20, you could be 50. What do you think? How old
Oh,
am
okay,
I?
okay. I say you are 24.
24. You see, same story. You cannot guess my age right.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
old are you?
I'm 36.
What?
Yeah.
You look young, bro.
I had a friend, not a friend, like a colleague, let's call it him. He was Asian, and he asked me how old do I think he is. I said like 35, 40, and he says I'm 65. So Asians are aging differently. So
Damn.
yeah. And what are you up to? What are you doing?
Mm, I'm really just on here looking for bitches, man.
Looking for bitches. I mean, I'm not talking about the app. I'm talking about the life. Are you studying? Are you
Oh,
working? Are you
no. So I'm working. I do sales. I sell
sales?
windows.
You sell windows. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Do you install them as well?
yeah. Nope. Just
No,
sell them.
just sell them.
And this last month I did 150,000
Okay.
revenue.
Oh, that's pretty awesome, I guess. Do you work on a commission or do you
Yeah.
have like a salary?
Uh, so I don't even get commission.
You don't get a commission.
Uh, I get hourly.
You get
So I
hourly. I
get
see.
$18 an hour, and then bonus.
Okay.
So like, I guess it's kind of commission.
Yeah,
But I make around like 1,500 a week.
that's pretty good, I guess. I guess it's pretty good. And what is it like? I mean, California, you said, right? What city are you in?
Long Beach.
Long Beach. What is that? Where is it? Like the nearest big city?
It's like South LA.
South LA. All right.
Yeah, so
So,
if you look at LA, it's like its own little peninsula,
oh,
and so it's southwest of LA.
okay, I got it. So that means like you are pretty close to some kind of big metropolitan area. That is my question.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Basically like a suburb of LA, right?
Mm, no, it's a city.
It's a city, a separate city. All right, whatever. How
Yeah,
much do
yeah.
you actually need? Because I've heard California is really expensive, and like people complain about prices, gas prices, rent prices. Like, how much do you actually
Oh,
have to?
dude, it's
Uh,
crazy.
what are we talking about? Can you
Rent.
give me like real numbers?
Oh, real numbers. Okay.
For example, how much
Uh,
do you have to spend to fill up your gas tank?
mm, 80,
80, 80 to
$80.
And what car do you have? I mean, I'm not asking about gallons because I have no clue what the other gallons and so on. So, what car do you have?
I have an Audi.
Audi.
I have an Audi
Okay.
sedan.
Okay, Audi sedan. So I'm
So
assuming, yeah. Okay,
80.
got it. About 50 liters. 50 liters tank. $80.
Yep, yep,
Damn.
yep.
Damn. Oh man.
Yeah, it's expensive. Rent
$80.
2,000.
$80 to fill up the gas tank. You know what? Maybe it's not that expensive. I'm just trying to. Yeah, for example, yesterday I filled up my tank and it was 3,000 rubles. 3,000 rubles, it's about $40. So, yeah.
Okay.
But I have an SUV.
Yeah, I have a car.
Yeah.
It's a pretty small
Yeah,
car.
okay. All right. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
well, more expensive, definitely. And what about rent? How much is
But
like a studio, one bedroom apartment?
like 2,000.
2,000 for a studio, one bedroom. Wow.
Yep.
That's
A
kind of,
month. And
that's,
then
uh,
yep. I mean, it's hard, bro. Unless if you want to live in the hood.
uh-huh. And what about the hood?
If you
Is
want to
it
live in like
in the hood, or you mean the projects?
the hood, yeah.
And what
You could
about the
probably
hood?
find something for like 1,200, 1,100,
Uh-huh.
but
I,
it's not a good area.
you know what? I love the hoods. I used to study in New York, and I was working there as well. Have you been to New York?
No. I got homies out there though.
Yeah. I mean,
I
there
know
are,
how I get. Were you in the Bronx?
no. It was Manhattan, but there are a lot of the hoods, as you call it, projects. And my restaurant where I was working at, it was right on the border between the projects and the pretty expensive, luxurious, I would even say, neighborhoods. And I was working as a delivery guy, and I would go to either the hood or to this luxurious neighborhoods. And guess what?
Mm-hmm.
If I go right across the street, I could literally walk across the street, bring the food, and I would get like $5, $7 in tips for $10 order.
Damn.
But otherwise, if I go to luxurious neighborhoods, I would have like $100 order. I would have to pedal my bike for like 5-10 minutes, be all sweaty, run upstairs, bring the food,
Yeah.
and I would get $1. So that's why I loved
Yeah.
working in the hood more than working in this like rich asses.
Yeah, because I mean, we're more generous.
Yeah, it was actually kind of fun time. I was your age. I was 22 when I was working in the hood.
Yeah. I mean, out here though, so New York don't really have too many gangs. Out here, gang culture is it gets crazy.
Really?
Like, yeah.
What are we talking about? What do you mean gang? Like, do they actually control the neighborhoods, or do they
Yeah.
actually control some like legit mafia or what?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's by streets.
Mm-hmm.
So like 21st Street,
Mm-hmm.
like that I'm from is called Insane Crips. And
Mm-hmm.
so 21st to 23rd,
Mm-hmm.
that's what we got. And then but we're also like clicked up with different hoods. And so the crazy part is you can't go across. I'm from the east side. If you go to even like a different part of the east side, it's nothing but Mexicans
Mm-hmm.
and they don't fuck with us, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And so Mexican mafia is like it's pretty much black versus Mexican. It's a lot
Mm-hmm.
of racial tensions out here.
By the way, speaking of racism, do you feel it? Does it really exist, or is it been suppressed?
100%.
100%. So
Hundred
how is it?
percent.
How is it like in your day-to-day life? How does it appear?
I mean,
Do you feel some
Mexicans
people like prejudiced against you, or you are prejudiced against someone?
will start off with the Mexicans. They'll mean like you. They'll like they see you. They're like
Mm-hmm.
look
They
at you like that,
they stare at you.
and yeah, like aggressive,
Okay.
like and I mean the white people they're just a little bit more scared, you
White
know,
people are scared of Mexicans, or white people scared of blacks?
both.
Both. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's they don't, which I understand it, you know. Sometimes I don't like niggas.
Uh-huh.
it get like that. I don't like my own people sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Like if I see two niggas walking down the street and like I got my shit on, like yeah,
You get
I'm gonna start
intimidated by them.
questioning. You said what?
You get intimidated. You'll get intimidated by them.
Yeah,
I see.
100%.
Really interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, like
A lot of
if
people
they're
ask me
not,
about
if I'm,
racism in Russia. And I mean, we don't really have a lot of black people here. But what I can say that most Russians are curious about black people. Because as I said, we don't really have that many. Uh, and I can say that people would actually stare at you on the street. So not stare, but they would look at you. They would like, oh wow, that's interesting, that's cool. But so my
yeah,
wife is American, and there is a thing that that every single person, no matter what color of the skin, I mean, especially black. I mean, because you stand out in Russia, you would definitely stand
yeah,
out. There's going to be like if you ever come to Russia, you're going to experience a different thing, a different phenomena, which is at first is probably very cool for you, but then you'll get really irritated by this. It is some sort of like positive discrimination. So,
mm,
like in like identical settings, they would choose you because you are the unique one. So
oh, okay, I get it.
at first it would be very flattering to you. At first it would be like wow, I'm a star. You would get a job easier. You would be like better off in general. But then after some time, you will get fed up with this and you will feel like a monkey in a circus.
Mm,
So this positive discrimination is not a good thing as well. So,
yeah,
but
because it's more of a they don't treat you like you're human.
I mean,
You're more like a thing.
interesting opinion. I guess this could be it could be. I mean, not the thing for sure, but it's just like curiosity. I guess, like, really, wow, you have different skin. Oh wow, you have different hair. Like, oh, can I touch your hair? Like, I have no hair. Like,
Yeah.
oh wow, it's like different. Like, and people are really curious. And sometimes, like, I've spoken to. I have a guy. He's Russian. He has the same name as me. My name is Nikita, and his name is also Nikita. But he's black. He's like as black as you, but he's half Russian. He speaks Russian. He was born in Russia. And he
Dang.
says that all the time, like people are staring him. He never feels like uh, he's one of us. He's 100% Russian. He doesn't know anything about his father. He doesn't know anything about the country that his father's from. Uh, Man, he's been living this way like a monkey in a circus, but now he has a really good job. He works in marketing, and he's in what do you call it? In PR business. So they use his face all the time as like in commercials and stuff.
Oh, dang.
But
That's really good.
it's really good. Yeah, I mean he actually became pretty famous. Uh, but I guess emotionally it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to be in a country where you're born. You are completely associate yourself with Russian culture, but people don't associate you with this culture, if you know what I mean.
Mm,
So, and people always like,
yeah.
people always ask him, "Hey, where are you from?" And people start speaking to him in English. It's like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "I'm from Russia. I was born in Russia. I was, I grew up in Moscow." So, and he got a little bit offended by that.
Dang. So would I be safe out there?
Oh, safety. That is, just yesterday I was discussing this kind of question about safety. As I've told you, I had been living in New York for 5 years almost, and I could not really understand for a very, very long time why do people always ask me about safety? It took me more than 10 years to understand why all Americans are asking me about safety. 10 years it took me. So
Cause
imagine how slow am I.
yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I just heard the mafia
Oh, first of all, we don't have
side
mafias.
or mob.
Mobs, mafia, it doesn't exist.
No.
No, it just simply doesn't exist. So again, what I wanted to say, like about safety. For 5 years, I was mugged 7 times in New York. For
Okay.
36 years of my life in Russia, I was mugged once when I was in 7th grade, when I was 10 years old, by my classmates. So safety,
Damn.
it's something. I will try to elaborate. Safety is something that is not in my head. I never even think about it. It's something that is just doesn't even occur to me as something that is important. Okay, I think of traffic. I think of bills to pay. I think of, I don't know, like, what should I do on the weekends? But I
Yeah.
never, like, I don't know. Will you be able to understand it? I never even think about safety. Okay, safety on roads. If you drive recklessly, you can get in an accident. Yes, that is probably not a good thing. So I think of when I'm driving, I'm trying to drive safely. But what is that being safe? So you can walk anywhere, you can go anywhere, you can talk to anyone. Even if you go to some kind of, like, neighborhoods, I mean, we do not really have a segregation. We don't have this like black neighborhoods, white neighborhoods, Asian neighborhoods. We do not have it. Everything is like a mishmash.
Okay.
But if you go to some kind of neighborhoods, like, you I don't know how I can explain to you in other words, but it just doesn't even occur to you. You understand that you can do whatever. Like, and nobody will ever touch you. Nobody will ever even talk to you. So that's why safety is not really even the
Okay.
question that comes up to my head.
My thing would be like, since everybody's Russian, it's like, oh, fuck this foreigner.
No, opposite, as I've told you. A positive discrimination. People are probably going to give you like special discounts. That's happening all the time. Like, you go to a store and sometimes people will treat you differently. They're like, okay, it's on the house. It is on me. Sometimes it's going to be like, oh, that is there is a discount for you just because you look awesome. That's what probably going to happen.
Okay.
Again, I said it's
Yeah, I
fun.
want to go to Russia.
It's fun in the beginning. But after some time, you will be very pissed by this. If you live in Russia, you're going to be pissed by this. For example, I was in China a few years ago, and when you go to rural areas of China, there is the same kind of curiosity towards white people. And I felt like,
Hmm.
okay, I'm tall. I used to have hair. I mean, I shaved just 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So, and my hair, like, I have like a light hair, not dark. I have like, not blonde, but light hair.
Yeah.
And people in China would always like take pictures of me. People in China would always like give me their children and take pictures of me holding their children. People would like, blah, 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 blah. I felt so good. I felt like a superstar. I felt like a Hollywood
Yeah.
superstar. But after 2 days, I was like, enough. Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
so that is the story.
Yeah.
But safety
My
is
thing.
definitely not the issue.
Do you think Russian girls like black dudes?
Well, we have, I think, there's a stereotype maybe it is partially true about your weenie.
Oh my. Is that
And
the only reason?
I have no idea. I'm not a girl.
Yeah. But I
Uh,
don't know. You're like Russian culture.
well, I think again the curiosity. Um, okay, I can say about my really good friend. He was so curious about having sex with a black girl. He was obsessed with this idea. It was just like always. He would always talk about it, and he was so obsessed about it. So he found a black hooker because he was just so fixated on it.
Damn.
So
Well, the only reason why I ask is because out here, um, like the white girls, they will, they're on you because I'm black. But
really,
I'm just something for fun. I'm just something for fun. Like, they'll never take me serious. They're not gonna take me to meet mom or dad. It's
hmm
just, they just want to fuck me.
really.
Yeah.
So here you are, I guess. It's all because of the stereotypes that I've mentioned.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's like the positive discrimination. At first, it feels good, and then you just start getting pissed.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's like I'm not a I'm a person, you
Yeah,
know?
of course.
Like,
Well, is it hard to get in a relationship right now? Like serious one.
mm, a serious one, yeah.
So do you feel like
Our
girls are more
generation is
mercantile?
cooked. The what?
The girls like are they mercantile? Like they are fixated on money. Are they like go after
Hmm.
people with some kind of wealth, or they are kind
Money,
of
fame,
uh huh.
they're cooked, bro.
Okay.
So cooked.
I mean, unfortunately, I think it is pretty similar here, especially in big cities.
Damn.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
girls
I'll just
now have been spoiled. I mean, we have spoiled them, and girls now are really, really just things oriented. They
hmm
they don't really care about they don't really care about the classical stuff. Can you see yourself? Do you see yourself like being married with a white girl?
I can see it.
I guess
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess for you it's not a big deal because you are still Americans and you all speak the same language. But do you
hmm
see yourself like being married to a woman of a different culture?
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
I'm actually trying to do that.
Really? Think twice.
Yeah.
Think again.
Okay.
I've been married for 15 years to a woman of a different culture. And I can say that is not a walk in the park. I mean, women are from different planet, and women from
Well,
different country, they are from like a different universe.
oh,
So, I mean, we do not have a language barrier anymore, but cultural barrier does exist. Mental barrier does exist. And of course, like sex barrier, like, we are still different genders. We are still like from different
hmm
planets. So it's really, I would, if I were you, if I were 22, I would actually go after women of like my I don't know background. Ideally
I appreciate that.
from the same school.
Mm.
That's what I would.
Why the same school?
I don't know, because you have the same memories, you have the same kind of like stuff. I think it's easier, and you generally have the same upbringing. You have the same kind of ideas, sort of. But it is cool. Again, I got married to my wife 15 years ago, thinking like, wow, it's so awesome being married to a girl from a different country. but you don't think of
Yeah.
consequences. You know, people say that before 25, um, we uh, we are not fully developed. Our brain is not fully developed, and there is an area in our brain. I think it's called frontal lobe, which is responsible for consequences, for kind of like logical thinking and for the consequences. That's why before you're
Uh-huh.
25, you can do a lot of crazy stuff because your brain doesn't physically know what is that the consequences. I mean, you kind of know what is the consequences, but you kind of don't. And
Yeah.
that's why before 25, we all do a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, I moved to America before 25. But now, if you ask me, do I want to move my couch in a different corner? Good luck. I'm very, very close
That's
minded.
crazy.
So, but I used to be way more flexible. I used to be way, way more outgoing. Now I just, stay home, keep the couch in the corner, and don't move it around.
Would you why don't you want a Russian girl?
Because it's easy, I guess, in some ways.
Mm.
I mean, but
I envy you.
easier doesn't mean better.
It's not as I've
So
heard they are better.
I don't know. I think it's a very subjective question. Better, I don't know. I mean, I have no experience in dating Russian girls, so but I think it's easier. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my
Yeah.
wife. Uh,
Yeah. Of course.
I mean,
But
we went through thick and thin, and love is just actually kind of a very difficult topic by itself.
mhm.
Uh, and I definitely respect her, appreciate her, and but I think it's very hard sometimes because we say you can take a woman out of a village, but you cannot take village out of a woman,
Yeah.
and she's still, even though 10 years she has been living to Russia, she's still American, and that pisses me off sometimes.
Yeah. What does she do that's like super American?
What does she do that's super American? Oh man, for example, renovation. We are doing a renovation, and she would never go after some kind of like friends. She would never. She would only go to licensed specialists. So if a person doesn't have a license, she would not even
Mm,
consider a person being an expert in the field. Like, come on, like who
mm.
cares about this
That is
bureaucratic stuff?
that is pretty American.
She always like thinks like everything has to be like up to code. Everything has to be like perfectionism. I guess like some kind of perfectionism.
Okay.
But
Like
redundant perfectionism.
okay.
Like if I sometimes make fun of her if she goes to a doctor and a doctor has a license, has a badge and a white robe, and a doctor tells her to jump off the roof, she would do this because that's a doctor. Well, and sometimes I feel like I guess she doesn't use common sense. She doesn't have this kind of word in her vocabulary. Common sense.
hmm
Too
That's
gullible.
American.
Too gullible.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
she white?
Yeah. I mean, she looks exactly like me.
Yeah.
People think sometimes that we are brothers and sisters.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, white girls are very gullible out here. Um,
I
it's
think
kind
every.
of it. It's kind of their appeal, though. It's what makes them um more. It's what makes you want them more
Hmm. You know what?
because they're a little bit.
Yeah, I see this.
Yeah.
Because it makes us feel better.
Yeah.
Because we're like, oh yeah, I'm smart. I know what, and I can like kind of dominate you. Because
Yeah.
and I think
Yeah.
they do it deliberately. I think they are just like playing dumb, just like to trick us and to make us feel be more like masculine.
Yeah. So that's but Russian girls don't do that, huh?
I have no idea. I've told you I don't have any experience with Russian girls. I guess they do. They're all the same. They're all from the same planet.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So don't forget it. Don't forget they're all from Venus, and we're from Mars. And it happened to be that
Yeah.
we met on Earth. The relationship is not walk in a park. Remember that. It's never happily ever after. It is actually a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of work, a lot of tears, a lot of sweat, a lot of blood. So don't
Hmm.
think it's going to be like you fell in love, you fall in love, you just have this very strong lust. Lust doesn't last long. Lust lasts for like maybe a few years, and then there's some kind of irritation.
Mm.
Curiosity disappears, and irritation appears, and it's really really fucking hard, constantly overcoming these hurdles. And so I admire every time when I see elderly couples. I admire them. I understand, like, oh my god, you actually have done something that majority of people can't. It's really hard to stay married. It's really hard to be with the same person. It's much easier. Like my father, my father. I have a lot of half brothers, half sisters. I have no idea how many even.
Yeah.
Because my dad, he was like, got bored with one woman, he went after another one. And now what? He's 65 years old, bald man, lonely, and nobody gives a shit about him.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Actually, unfortunately, I gotta go. It was very nice talking to you. So have fun.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy the
Yep.
night.
You as well, man.
Yeah. All right.
God bless.
Take care, bud.